issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, let you out after a week for you to do what you're supposed to do. You toy again, right back in, and in 2 weeks this time. Toy again, 3 weeks next time. Do you understand?
It was an honors, and the PSR is up there with you. Oh, no, for bribes and
Okay. Ms. Ferris, you were charged with theft. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I have no idea what happened on this case. All I know is that you've been charged with a Class A theft. I've appointed you a lawyer with Mr. Dixon now. We're going to do probable cause to see what actually happened. Please.
On January 5th, 2025, the complainant reported that his church mailed out checks for payments to various facilities, with multiple checks that were then stolen. After being assigned the case, the officer spoke with the complainant, who stated that he received back his bank statement, which reported all of these checks being stolen. The first check for $780.20 was drawn off this.
I remember this. There's like several different people that are.
Yeah, so there's multiple checks. The next check is for $780.40. The next check is for $784.09. That was to a Mr. Tinkham, who reported that he didn't know the individuals and did not give them consent to endorse or cash any of his checks. That it scanned the bank records and showed that the checks were changed to pay some conveyors at the Chase Bank at 1520 San Diego.
Do we have it that she actually negotiated the check and put them in her account? I have to figure that, banks, I mean, there are cameras everywhere.
And Judge, may you please ask her what
The
date?
teller job log journals indicate that the person has to check presented a Texas ID as the primary identification source. The officer that checked this identification through the Texas driver's license database and found that it was associated with it.
What was the date of the transaction, may I ask, State? Because my client has been incarcerated, she hasn't been.
2023. Yes.
What is
On
it?
April 12th, 2023.
April 12th, 2020. Okay. So, Ms. Ferris, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case.
I was in the way.
We'll get there. I just wanted to make sure that it wouldn't come the time that you would incarcerated.
April of 23, 22, April 23rd, I got out of the way.
Ms. Ferris, as a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. That is, I guess you said a church, right? Or the person who is associated. So you're not to have any contact with the actual church and the person who is the owner of the checks. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the co-defendants in this case as well. If I find that you pick up a new case, if I find that you're a danger to my community, if I find that you break these conditions, then same will happen to your bond. I will revoke it, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
I do.
I've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Dixon. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, likewise a warrant will issue.
Sir.
Guys, we have to set a bond on this case. So, what bond? What do you think, Sage? What's appropriate? And is a PR bond appropriate in this case in light of that she's on felony probation for a third-degree felony?
That's $5,000 charge.
Judge, I would respectfully ask a PR bond on this case. The probation officer that's here, community supervision officer is here. Mrs. Ferris has been diagnosed as being bipolar with psychotic tendencies. She was on cocaine, ecstasy, and other major drugs, but she was determined to be competent. Right now, she is not free. She is not free. She is in custody with the in-house.
So she's in DDRP?
Yes, sir. She's in DDRP at this time.
So I have to give her a PR bond.
Yes, sir.
Because if I take her into custody now, that kind of ixnay on the DDRPA, right?
And her felony court's aware, we did a case review and they want her to continue treatment, finish it successfully.
And I always want, it's okay, don't worry about it, I always want that as well. You know, we want you to complete the treatment. It is also a condition of your bond that you're not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so I will set the bond at 5,000, and then I will grant her a PR bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It is 255-0584. Okay, so for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We will also have you meet with Felicia for your bond conditions. We'll have you sign the bond conditions. Do you have a date of release?
Yeah, I can look right now.
Yeah, do you mind if you can provide it to Mr. D? That way we know we can set her case for the day after. That way we can get here to be able to monitor her with everything. Okay, all right. Good luck, Ms. Ferris.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. D.
Yeah,
Yeah, hi, Bo, come on.
we have a plea for Mr. Marco Diaz, Your Honor.
Let's do it.
We'll have you right.
I'm sorry, they were waiting on the bonding out Robinson. Who was gonna put his bond at?
In a second. 5,001.
The conditions for Ms. Ferris, can you go over those again?
No alcohol, no drugs, random UA, no contact with co-defendants, no weapons, no contact with the church, or no contact with the person who's, I guess, either the owner or the money. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Diaz.
How you doing?
So you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this is going to go on your record. It can be used against you anytime you pick up any new cases. You will now be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. It looks to me that you're also on felony probation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that this can, by pleading guilty to this offense, this may result in that probation being revoked, resulting in further confinement. Do you understand?
Sir.
Do you still want to do this?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense of possession of a controlled substance, guilty or not guilty? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never come back and change this. You understand? You're on felony probation. There's only so many times they're going to bend over before they, put you in prison, man. You know? Don't say anything, but really, the more you pick up, the worse it is. All right? All right, good luck.
Your Honor,
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
I have a question on Mr. Wally. Wally, W-A-L-L-E. Judge, I signed on, did a motion sub about 2 months ago. We got a deal together. He's not here, but I'll get a short reset till next Friday.
What are you guys doing?
We're gonna end up doing time, sir.
Okay, are you sure it's not going to be like a PTI? Because it's at 190 now.
And I signed on, I did a
I
motion.
understand, but
I talked to him about it. I think we're good.
so
Thursday or Monday?
yeah, what if
Friday, I'm not gonna be here Thursday. Friday.
So page 9, Edwards, counsel, this case was done by the administrative counsel, came in and signed on, he did the attorney record and then he left. I tried calling, it goes to voicemail, I tried emailing, or I did email several times yesterday, and today I emailed him twice, no response.
okay, 2501. We've never even done an arraignment on this case.
No, the defendant was set to CHA to hire, so he didn't come in, his counsel was signing on. But
No, but they still supposed to be here.
who, the defendant?
Yes.
No, Judge, hold on, maybe I'm saying it wrong. So the attorneys called and said you were signing on, you didn't sign on the last day. And I told them we did it because you put in blue one, right, and then so he did. So the defendant was already waiting, We started yesterday at 7.
Okay. So I'm not gonna revoke it until this waived. Or today's supposed to be here.
Yeah, today is supposed to be here. But I don't know that he knows that, because council has not responded at all.
Okay, so I guess send one more email saying if you guys fail to show up tomorrow, then we're going to revoke the bond. So SFBF again tomorrow. What is your last name, sir, in the green?
I emailed Mike Monks to Zoom on for the results.
Yeah, it's all kind
So he's in the waiting room.
I don't know. All I have is a Craig, Dion Craig. I don't have anyone, I've got an iPhone, but I don't know if that's him. I don't answer just iPhones. I get a lot of malicious people that try to, Zoom on. So unless I know,
I mean,
I think I have his cell phone. Aaron.
Waiting for leaders.
Okay, do you mind, are they bringing him out?
Oh, so he's just not going to. Okay, I'll put a name in the.
Up here.
Is that you in the Zoom waiting room? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you anything to these? Go ahead and send it down. You can send it to the board.
Council Zimmer.
Good morning, Judge. My approach?
Yeah, up here. Yeah.
Yes.
We got,
I have Mr. Spencer on.
Page 24. Delivered online digital business.
hello? And? Okay, zoom back on, do you mind? Please, thanks.
Huh? Gonzalez?
Okay, give me a second, Dion. You are Vincent Rodriguez.
Sir.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. That allegation kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 9-month deferred. So he's got 2 cases. He's got the criminal trespass and this case.
Right, and then we dismissing your criminal trespass case.
Is this what you want to do, sir? You're going to be on paper for the next 9 months. As a result, you cannot use illegal drugs. You cannot use alcohol. And I'm going to test you like crazy. I want you to know that. You really want to do this. If you violate this probation, you're looking at a year in jail. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Are you sure? He picked up a case while he's on bond. I mean, really? Are you going to be able to make this thing? You can't even stay out of trouble. You're on bond for this case, man. Really?
I got you.
You know, the thing is that when you get on probation and it gets revoked, you look at a whole ton of more time. And you're expected to do stuff on time, meet with probation every month. You have to take a test every month to prove that you're not using alcohol or illegal drugs, no smoking weed, no using, you know what I mean? Are you sure you can do this?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense of terroristic threat? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for 9 months. As part of the agreement, you will do an effective decision-making class. You will do an 8-hour anger management class, 20 hours of community service. Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir.
Then that's what we're going to do. You will now be expected, instead of the community service, you need at the very minimum a high school diploma, Mr. Rodriguez. And now that I know that you don't have one, I'm going to keep you until you get one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm going to test you in 2 weeks for drugs and alcohol. You know now. Do not use. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will make you a deal. I like to take people off early when they do well to reward them. The minute you get your GED, and I mean, you got to do the class as well, but the minute you do get your GED, I'll take you off, man. All we want you to do is make you better than you left. But I'm telling you now, I will hold you to this until the end. So if you try to toy with us, I can file an issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, let you out after a week for you to do what you're supposed to do. You toy again, right back in, and in 2 weeks this time. Toy again, 3 weeks next time. Do you understand?
I understand.
All I want you to do is get your high school diploma.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
I understand.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Waive all the fees. It's never about the money, Mr. Rodriguez. I don't care about the money. Money makes no difference to me. It's just you doing what you say you're going to do. And keep my streets safe. Because that's what I care about. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. Oh, Tony.
Buenos días, señor González. Good morning.
Mr. Gonzalez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, first offense. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. If you guys have worked out an agreement where we're offering you 270 days in jail with credit for the 96 days that you have done. Is this how you understand this?
Yes.
You need to understand, Mr. Gonzalez, that this charge is going to go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over in a car, an officer looks you up, they're going to, they will see the seat of your eye. If they roll up to your window and they smell alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go well for you.
Okay.
Do you understand? You need to also understand that as of today, you will now be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up.
Okay.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are constitutional consequences. Deported from the country, non-naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never get into a car again because you're taking a humongous risk. How do you plead to this offense, guilty or not?
Guilty.
Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above?
I had 1.15, I think.
Okay, so that is true then.
Así que es verdad.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, sir. Did he say guilty?
Yes, sir, I did.
Usted se declara culpable. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find you guilty. I will finish the agreement claim now. Suspend your ability to drive 90 days. Do not drive the license. Good luck. Okay, we're going to waive all the fines and. Okay, good luck. Okay. Give me a second. Hold on. I have Dion who's been waiting. Dion.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Okay, you have Spence.
Shaquan Spence, his appearance was waived.
Okay. Is discovery
The state
complete?
just made an offer. I want to try to negotiate that down a little bit, Judge. Maybe 30-day reset, please.
They offer 30 days, you say?
No, I'm asking you for a reset for 30 days. They made a BIP offer, a PCI, including BIP was the offer. I'm just trying to get that a little lower.
It was the online, but it's like.
It's an online bid. It's not the 18-week.
Okay.
So, okay, I mean, your case is old. I will give you the reset that you want, but at the next setting, it's clear trial.
That's fine, Judge. That's fair.
Okay,
The trial is March 24th to the 26th.
March 24th through the 26th.
28.
Okay, cheers.
24th through the 26th.
24th to the 26th.
I'll do 26 if I can zoom in. 26 will be fine.
Okay,
Required appearance?
yes, defendant must be here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Thanks, bud.
Judge, have a good day.
You too. Coming up, Alicia,
Yes, Judge.
did you test, last name again? Wilson, did you test Mr. Wilson? Yes. He was supposed to go take a test. Did you go take a test?
Yes.
Did you take a test with probation?
49 cents.
They're both pre-trial and probation building team. I don't see any ones on our end, but for the MHJ,
Oh.
it may have been with Shatoria.
You know what she is?
He's right there talking with someone in custody.
Yeah.
Just nice.
Hi, Shatori. That's okay. So we sent Mr. Wilson for a test? Wonderful. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. Stay negative, don't use, and stay out of trouble. So you said the next reset day that you got was what day?
April 17th.
I can't give you the same day, Mike, but with us, we need to do something on that day.
Oh, no, I agree. And
I'm not holding it any longer after that. We will have a hearing. If it's not resolved upstairs by then, I'm going to have a hearing whether to revoke.
Yes, sir. No problem. If we have the medical records, and I think the state will be in a different position.
So let's set up a hearing on that on the 17th, and let
Yes, sir.
everybody know as far as probation department so that they're ready. Subpoena if they need to subpoena. Okay. Don't use. Stay out of trouble. I don't want to have to put you in jail. Do you understand? Okay. All right. We'll have you sign a receipt. We'll get you out of here.
Right this way.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Someone else is on drugs.
Well, good. That was funny. Hey, Monday.
I think that's it, right? We done?
Almost, Judge. Let me take a look.
Mr. D, you're good to go.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Hey, Gonzalez?
Gonzalez?
Yes, sir. Gonzalez. Judge, I've emailed counsel 3 different times. No response.
Have you spoken to your lawyer?
He spoke to her assistant, and she said that, Ms. Hudson got sent in a report, and I heard Ms. Hudson or Ms. Jeremy will be here very shortly, that's what I have.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll, can roll it again, but if someone's not here by the next time, tell them I'm gonna have a show call, I'm gonna have a show cause hearing. I can't get them here, it's been 3 times already. Have they turned in the mitigation packet? Say,
Who is it?
Gonzalez is the last name.
Crystal Gonzalez?
Yeah.
The reset application?
It's like papers. Rolled up papers.
Will you put it in the jury box maybe?
It's not up here, so.
I didn't see anything for that anything.
Oh, no, I was in, over here.
You don't have anything in file?
Nothing, we have no litigation.
Darn it. I mean, wouldn't- I guess, is that the last thing?
No, Judge.
What else?
We have,
Mr. D, you got some?
Just a matter of, what do you want to do with David Shaw, Judge? He was on bond with us on a tampering with a government record. Subsequent to that, he picked up a indecent exposure.
Oh, I had no idea. You got him back? Sean?
He's in custody.
You mind bringing him out?
and the June,
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean,
I would
Oh, no.
say.
Oh.
God, that's really weird.
Yeah, I guess so. I got out of class or something.
Yes, sir. No such to the judge. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
You are on bond for tampering with a government record in addition to a fraud, and it has now come to my attention that you've picked up an indecent exposure. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. On the indecent exposure, please.
On February 25th, 2025, officers were dispatched to the apartment complex in Harris County, Texas, and the complainant stated that she walked to the parking lot of her apartment complex, and the complainant stated she entered the driver's seat of her vehicle, which was parked north to face her apartment building, and she observed the resident of the apartment number 320 staring at her from the window of his apartment. The defendant then lowered his shorts below his genitals and held his erect penis in his hand, who was moving his hand up and down along his penis in a sexually gratifying manner. The complainant was offended and alarmed.
All right, Mr. Shaw, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to expose yourself into the public against other people. Do you understand? I'm now also, being that you are on bond with the case and you've now picked up a new case, I'm now going to revoke your bond on the first case as well. And I will now set that at 5,003. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case, and not to go within 500 feet of where she lives or where she works. You understand?
Yes.
Also not to be in possession of weapons as well.
No, it's not possible. It's in order of the court. You're gonna have to move it. If it's 200 feet, you can't stay there. It's a serious offense.
Okay. So, Felicia, do you mind? I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs as well. So don't worry about the conditions. I'm gonna have them monitored, and I'm now going to put a GPS monitor prior to release Felicia as well, so that we know where he is.
Judge State, do you know the exact location of where the complaining witness distance of residence that I think they stay in the same complex? Do you know the
You know
distance?
what we can do, because it's gonna probably take a little bit of time to calculate it. Why don't we roll it to tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
That way we can also give time to calculate where he lives in relation to the complaining witness. Because I don't want you to go anywhere near her. I want this person to feel safe, and I don't want you anywhere near this person. Do you understand?
Should we roll until tomorrow?
I would like conditions signed now, and then we can always modify later on, but I guess because they may live in the same complex, we'll have to delineate, or find how far it is one to the
So
other.
how many feet would you like me to put for the moment?
For the moment, for now, 500,
Yes.
and then we can come back and change it if need be.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you.
So we need them to sign real quick. And do we have another plea?
Yeah. The attorney said hold over stuff right now, but I already told him already. He was coming back for it.
Vic, can we finish up?
Yes. How about 14 links? It was
Yeah.
2 bonds posted and 50 case. But the new case he picked up, the arraignment date on the bond was for tomorrow.
But he's supposed to be here on the terrorist threat and the criminal trespass here today?
No, today, his bond paperwork, and we have today's date for the terrorist case.
For the terrorist threat?
Yes.
Okay, so 10,003 on that one.
The other one has paperwork for tonight.
So roll that one.
Yes. Are you gonna do a BL? Okay, so is he gonna go back right now? You done?
Yeah, he's
Okay, and also, Mr. B, for your quinceanilla and fairs?
yeah, she's already been reset, right? Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
talked to, when I came back from URD, I saw her and they were talking to her, so we all 4 of us talked together.
Okay, so her GDRP ends on 6:30, so I put her on for the Monday.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Next judge is page 19, Robinson. If that's who they tested, you would have the results.
5001. He's in custody.
Oh. 5001?
Yeah.
Next is page 20. Romero set for arraignment brought to appear first time.
2501. Do they need a translator on that one too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We have one more plea on Ramirez.
His attorney's still back there?
Okay, Vic, who's next?
That's it, Judge.
That's it? Okay.
I'm gonna generate the.
I want you to read it now on the phone. But I want you to, then you know what I see. Next time, you think that you're way now, you want to talk to, I would all you must. Because the client is not for it, right? Right. He's gone. He's gone. He's not on
Okay, I'll look for more.
We should be a council.
It's possible.
No, this is back time, maybe, maybe do that.
Probably is.
Probably not.
She's so young.
Yeah, probably not, yeah. He put down the rock.
Possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I understand. Yeah. Sorry.
She's kind of shuts down the bomb though.
Oh,
She can do it?
Yeah.
She's, oh, wait a second, no.
She's not looking for it. Yeah.
Right, no.
I mean, if she wants to help me get signatures, all
Yeah.
that's
That's okay.
perfect. She knows it.
Signature's okay, but for please, documents here.
Is your name Isai? Go ahead and sign. Go ahead and sign the sign for your fleet. Yay. Tony.
Buenos días, señor. Yo soy su intérprete. Por favor, conteste a voz alta.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Ramirez Black.
Buenos días.
Good morning, sir.
You're charged with two cases. You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with failure to stop and give information. Both of those are Class B misdemeanors. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 150 days in jail, credit for the 55 days that you have already done. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes.
You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the DWI. You're pleading the DWI. The other case is getting dismissed, I'm assuming. Correct? So you need to understand that the DWI will go on your record and it will be there for the rest of your life. This is important because if you ever get pulled over, an officer, the first thing they do is they look at your record. If they see that you have a prior DWI, they go up to your car and they smell alcohol. It's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? If I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, don't get into a car.
Yes, sir.
You also need to understand that this is an enhanceable offense. So from now on,
que aquí en adelante estará enfrentando un mínimo de 30 días en la
any new
cárcel.
cases that you pick up here.
Caso,
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement.
derecho a llegar a este
You give up the right to a trial,
juicio,
right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law.
leyes federales,
You give up the right to appeal.
también su derecho a apelar.
Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life.
Será ahí
You
por
can never take it all.
jamás podría sacarlo.
No entiendo.
I understand.
This is what you want to
Es
do.
lo que quiere hacer. Yes. Yes, sir.
Plead to the driving while intoxicated, sir.
Señor.
Culpable.
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I will now suspend your license or your ability to drive if you don't have one for 90 days.
90
Do
días.
not drive, otherwise you will go right back to jail.
Regresa de nuevo a la.
Just so I know what to do next time. So I filed the jail release instructions on a client who has come back as incompetent. So Mr. Morris has told me follow the jail release instructions, and then once those are signed,
Then
he will
dismisses it,
he'll
right?
dismiss it. Is that something I need to approach on after I file?
Yes, because I need
So
to
you
know,
know
because
to-
otherwise I wouldn't know that he's going to file a nollie.
Okay,
You know,
thank you. So now I know.
And no one emails me, no one tells me, so, yeah, so now I know, now I'll sign it, and then that way it gets dismissed. 'Cause
Okay.
Otherwise, I would never know.
Right, okay, then I'll
Yes.
send those things. Thank you, sir.
For sure.
Okay.
Okay, now we can sign.
শুনেন কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন
বাবা কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন
মানে
মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটা দায় আপনার উপর পড়বো
সমস্যা থেকে ওই দিনকার তোরে হাত খরচে লেগা 5,000 টাকা দিয়েছিলাম আবার টাকা টাকা কি গাছে ধরে
আব্বা জান আপনি তো কত টাকাই কামান 5,000 টাকা দিলে আপনার কি হয় আমি আপনার একমাত্র আমার মাইয়া তো আমার পিছনে খরচ করবেন না কার পিছনে করবেন আমার একটা কুর্তি পছন্দ হয়েছে ওই কুর্তি আমি কিনতে চাই
কুর্তি মূর্তি লেহেঙ্গা ওড়না এসব দিয়ে তো ঘর বইরে গেছে হাঁটুনের বি জায়গা নাই মন চায় তোর এগুলা নাইজেরিয়া বুলগেরিয়া আর উগান্ডায় পাঠাইয়া দিই আচ্ছা এত কিছু কিনার দরকার নাকি
কি করতেছেন আব্বা একটা শখ করছি শখের দাম লাখ টাকা শখ যদি না মিটে তাহলে এই জীবন রেখা লাভ কি আপনি যদি আমার টাকা না দিচ্ছেন তাহলে কিন্তু আমি কয়ে দিলাম ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কেটে নাম লেখা ফেলাম
আচ্ছা ব্লেড দিয়ে এই কুর্তির লেগে হাত কাটানোর দরকার নাই আমি বাইরে যাওয়ানোর সময় তোর টাকা দিয়ে যাবো
থ্যাংক ইউ আব্বা
আচ্ছা লাইলি তুমি এরকম প্রতিদিন কোনো পড়াই কমপ্লিট করছো না আমি কিন্তু তোমাকে আর পড়াতে আসবো না
আসেন না আপনারা কথাই কইছে আমি কইছি
শেষ পর্যন্ত তোমার বাবার কাছে আমাকে কমপ্লেন করতে হবে
আপনি আমার বাপের কাছে কমপ্লেন করবেন
পড়াশোনা করছো না বাবার কাছে কমপ্লেন করবো না অবশ্যই করবো
ঠিক আছে আপনি যান আপনি আমার বাপের কাছে কমপ্লেন করেন এদিকে আমি ব্লেড দিয়ে হাত কেটে আপনার হাতের নাম লেখা রাখবো এখান দিয়ে
বলতে চলেছ আস্তাগফিরুল্লাহ দেখো এইবার না হয় আমি তোমার বাবার কাছে কমপ্লেন করবো না কিন্তু তুমি যদি পরীক্ষায় ডাব্বা মারো তাহলে তো আবার আমি শেষ
ও তুমি
ডরাইছেন
দৌড়াবো কেন মাগের এরকম আটকা মায়া মনে সামনে চলে আসলে তো একটু চিন্তা লাগেই আর কালকে আবার তোমার মামার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ বললাইছো শেষবার মতো চুলদারি আশ্রয় আসতে
শুনেন কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন
বাবা কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন
মানে
মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটা দায় আপনার উপর পড়বো সরেন
আরে ভাই নাম লেখবা মানে কি মুসিবতে বললাম জিততে না পারে এখন 2 নাম্বারই কি সমস্যা? যাইতে দিতেছ না কেন?
সমস্যা আমার না আপনার। আপনি কি মানুষ না খুনি?
মানে?
মানে বোঝেন না? কালকে কি করছেন? কাচির লগে কি মিলাচ্ছেন? পেট খারাপের ওষুধ।
দেখো এখন কিন্তু বাড়াবাড়ি হইতেছে। তোমরা কাচ্চি খাইতে চাইছো, আমি খাওয়াইছি ব্যাস। কারণ কারো যদি পেট পাতলা হয়ে যায়, কেউ যদি হজম করতে না পারে, সেটা তো তার সমস্যা, আমার না।
বাড়াবাড়ি আমরা করছি না আপনারা করছেন? মানে ইচ্ছে করে আপনারা খান নাই কালকে, তাই না? যাতে আমার লগে প্রতিশোধ নিতে পারেন।
আর যদি নিতে চাই, সেটা কি দোষ? 3 বার ঘুরি চ্যাম্পিয়ন আমি, তোমার কারণে আমার হারতে হয়েছে।
হারছেন তো কি? মাঝে মাঝে কিছু জিতবার লাগা কিছু হারতে হয়।
এই তোমার কাছে হাইরে আমি কি জিতছি? হ্যাঁ,
আমারই জিতছেন, আমার মন জিতছেন।
এই দেখো তুমি আমার আবার কোনো কিছু তো ফাঁসে দিচ্ছ, আমি বুঝছি। এইসব ফান্দে আমি পা দিতেছি না, প্লিজ।
আমি আপনারে ফাঁসাই নাই, আপনি আমারে ফাঁসাইছেন। আমি তো আপনার প্রেমে পড়ে গেছি ফ্রি মাস্টার। আপনি আমার মারবেন, মারেন, কাটতেও ফালান, কিন্তু আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি, এটাই সাইন্স।
হ্যাঁ, এর জন্যই তো সায়েন্সে মারো ডাব্বা।
যতই অপমান করেন, শাদি তো আপনার আমার লগেই হইব।
তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শাদি দূরে থাক, প্রেম পর্যন্ত করতে রাজি নাই আমি। হ্যাঁ, আর এইসব ব্লেড ফেড দিয়ে কোনো কাজ হবে না, আমি ভয় পাই না আর।
দেখো চন্দ্র, তুমি কি করো?
Is that
Because of the car accident.
because of the car accident?
May I add to that, Judge?
Sorry?
May I add something to that, Judge? Judge, she was at the Hooters. There was some people there trying to get some real estate business going. She's a real estate agent. And as she's coming, she left and she's getting onto the freeway. She goes by there all the time. And she's entering the freeway, Highway 59 going north. She was entering, and the police officer had stopped one right there. I mean, it's right at the entrance. And I'm arguing upstairs that the police officer maybe should have moved up a little further up, not right at the entrance. She's trying to get in. She's looking to her left, the incoming traffic, and she hit the police officer on the right side. It wasn't like it was just, she got on the right side of her vehicle. But, you know, it is what it is, Judge. I'm dealing with it upstairs, but.
I'm happy to entertain that in a suppression if you want. But right now, this is just probable cause, and I have to give them time to, craft arguments for them. So,
I'm not arguing the DWI judge. I don't even know what the blood test is right now.
We'll wait, right?
We'll wait, but I'm upstairs. I don't want it to sound so bad to her because there was some contribution of some kind of negligence.
Yeah, I understand.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you so much.
Of course. So, have you run a license?
We have, it's on the show.
Okay, Ms. Cintron, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you run her, see if she has any priority to yes, please? And Jackson, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, your bond will be revoked. You will go into jail. And that's it. Do you understand? You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. If you do not have either, you may not drive, and that is a part of your bond condition as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. She doesn't have any history.
Okay, so because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Cervantes, and he will tell you if and when you have to go back to court. If he tells me that you've gone AWOL, that he can't get a hold of you, likewise, I will, revoke the bond. Just stay out of trouble. Don't use, and especially don't pick up any new cases. Keep my community safe. That's all I'm asking. Do you understand?
I understand, Judge.
Okay. I'm going to have you sign a release. So Victoria will get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go.
And one other thing is, I don't know what the court can do about it. They've impounded her car at the towing place, and she has her laptop that she has all her contracts, her real estate business. She has, software for contracts, deeds of trust, and that.
Would you be opposed to getting laptop and things of that nature?
Don't let her get it. And she had a
file a motion to return.
I'll do that.
I'll file it. I'll entertain it.
Very well. I'll do that. I'll have something on there.
Just give a copy to state so that they can see it. With whether they have any opposition or not, we'll have a hearing, and then soon as we do it. Right.
We'll get it done.
Yeah. Well, of course. Right. So just serve everyone, and then.
Very well. Thank you.
All right. Please.
That's fine. Judge, that's it for now. We have several waiting on attendance.
Okay.
Counsel, you may approach.
Give me a second, Mr. Moody, and I'll hit you up next. Good morning, Mr. Butler. Come on up.
I'm doing good. How are you doing? On your docket.
This is that one case that we have.
Yes, sir. And the state and I have already talked, and we'd like to, I just want to give you a.
What's the last name again?
Oh, I'm sorry. On the docket, it is Marginau, Margenau, Valerie Carrillo.
Let's see, I got it.
Okay, so just to remind you, Judge, this was a first DWI in 2015. Standard 1 year probation. Not going to give you any excuses. She moved with her father to Corpus. We're here on the MRP. She's had no arrests since, no new law, no problems of that nature at all. The MRP was filed March of 2016. I've talked to the state, and they've suggested two different ways to resolve it. One is to revoke and sentence her to the time she's already served, or two, if the court wanted to do an unsat termination.
Did she do anything while she's on the probation? I mean, if she did nothing on the probation, then I'm not inclined to, you have to.
That's fine. No, I agree.
Right,
It's a conviction either way.
Tell me.
It looks like she started reporting to probation, and then about October, she failed to complete her TRAS. She failed to do her no driving affidavit. She was supposed to write a letter to a doctor, I guess, informing them that she was using opiates. She didn't read that as well. Because of the violations, it looks like she just stopped reporting after that.
Was she ordered to do a DWI education class?
Not that I've seen.